Welcome to our first episode here of Dynasty Builder with A&M, going against South Carolina here. Since this is our first test run of this video, I'll end up going over the recruiting aspect and how I've been approaching with A&M. We're in a full 32-man user league, so I have a certain particular method. So what I'll do is, just so the video isn't crazy long after this game, is I will drop a shorter video and just showing why and how I targeted the recruits I did, and then the approach I'm going to take with them, and the archetype that I chose, and that good stuff. So let me just make sure this opponent is ready to go. Rock these all black joints. I'm going to be using the Bowling Green playbook. You know, I bounce around in these quite a bit. Sometimes I'm just kind of unsure of which ones I want to play with, but now I'll talk you guys through just kind of what I'm looking at. Sometimes I'll pick my plays, but what I'm going to do is the first quarter, sometimes the first half, I usually just like to let the opponent not necessarily get off and do whatever they want to do, but I like to let them play how they're going to play, and then I usually like to make my adjustments later on. So let me see. He's just messaging me real quick. So yeah, so we got 32-man user league. This is I was with some of the guys here from last year, and then I got to get my camera situated here. Having to use it off my laptop here, so. Nice to see that we're having connection issues right away. Come on, normal Y off close. See what defensive look he's gonna give me here. See if do we get man here. Nice little broken tackle animation. What's he in? Oh, we out of there. Nice, 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 nice. So one thing actually here with the run blocking is I'm going to call another run play here just to kind of show what I was looking at there. I like looking at the run fits before I start. I'm going to call it inside zone. And what I'm looking at here is once our opponent picks his play, I'm going to look at the run fits and see if there is unblocked guys like this. So you see how everybody's blocked on the left? That lets me know that I have a higher success rate at this being a good run. Go out, good hit. But, you know, I'm not getting unblocked or unchecked guys at the point of the attack, right? So there's all the linebackers are being picked up. So it makes it super easy to navigate with my runs. And if I don't like the run I've chosen, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to audible to a different play. And that will be in one of our series where I refer to setting our audibles. So that's one of the things in the new series, Beginner to Baller is what it's called. And basically, I'm going to go over basic gameplay tips, but it's things for all skill levels that not everybody knows, but it's what they should know and what they should do to improve their game. Let's come out here and gun bunch offset, run some duo. Like this, everybody's picked up. And that's fine. Sometimes, you know, block sheds are going to happen, so let's see here. So I'm running Bowling Green's playbook, and here, if you guys haven't been on the channel before, Bowling Green playbook, probably one of my favorite playbooks that I like. Very underrated. The name Bowling Green is not going to attract a lot of attention, but the playbook is very, very good. It's got the normal Y off close, the bunch offset, bunch strong offset. So take a look here. Oh, stay in bounds. Get down. Dagger's such a good play. But here's where things get a little tricky here in the red zone or on the goal line here. Kind of in a crap situation. We're right inside the 10. But pistol trips was a super good run formation last year, and I'm definitely going to use it here. And again, looking at my run fits. Now, the only thing here is if you notice that safety on the left side is unblocked. So he's the guy I'm going to have to beat. And he just takes a poor angle, and we're able to get a touchdown. So, pretty good first possession of the season for us. Didn't have any negative plays. So now we'll just jump on to defense here and try and make him work. I know Sellers and Nick Harbor are going to be fun to play against here. So, as long as you don't give up any big plays, make people work, I think that's the best philosophy for defense. And then you'll make your adjustments later on in the game. Okay, let me change this here. Turn you off. Conservative. Oh, good job. And that was the other reason why, right? Is the RPO read pass. So if you notice there in my settings, I changed those to make sure that I wasn't fooled by the RPOs. So if he's going to run the ball, he's going to run the ball. I'm not going to let Sellers beat me on the option. I'm going to let his running back do the damage if he does. And so my job is just kind of clog up the middle and then trust my settings, right? So got ourselves a good lead here, 14 points, and defense has only been out there for one play. So we'll like if we can get a stop right here, we'll feel like we're in really good position early. 6 seconds. That's tough. Okay. Good job. Good job. Yeah, so my favorite defense is a 6-1. I've been running this since it came out, in Madden, I guess 24 is when it was first introduced. And so I'm usually a heavy pressure style player. I like blitzing quite a bit. Oh, bad run get by me. Oh. That's not a fumble, but we'll take it. I'm assuming he's going to challenge if the game doesn't challenge. Oh, wow. That's tough. I know I'd be upset if I was him. Oh, good. Oh, wow. I don't know what goofy animation that was. Good run defense on him. Definitely would have challenged that. I think he definitely should have got the ball back there. Corner strike. No. Anybody's familiar with gun bunch offset, gun bunch strong offset knows that this is one of the plays here. I'm curious to see here. I think B's going to be open. If not, I'm going to have my running back. No, bad throw. Third and 15. Really, just the key right here is, and you'll hear me preach this in the video, just give what the defense is going to take you. Don't force anything. If they're not open, like I said, it's better to not risk. Throw it backward or 4th and 4. Let's take our field goal. Our defense has put us in a pretty good spot here. 2 plays, 2 stops, or 2 turnovers. So, oh man, did I just miss that? Okay, no, we didn't. Pistol you off. Nice throw. I know passing is a lot easier in this game. You don't see a lot of people trying to pass from pistol. Another big key thing is make sure you guys are watching. Like I said, he's coming out empty now, so I'm not going to come out in 6-1. But make sure you guys are paying attention, letting the offense pick their play, so that way you know what personnel to match up with. He ran a QB draw. QB draws aren't as good. If you guys want to, QB blast, if the play in 5 wide sides, that's usually the move to go to. That's really super hard to stop. Okay, spread offset here. All right, let's see. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. He's got a bad animation there. We actually recovered it. I just didn't think he'd throw this. Fake jet halfback corner. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to come out in a cover 2, see if he knows how to play against this here. And good stop. He should punt here. But that's probably the first time I didn't run quarterback contain. Anybody that guys play with fast quarterbacks, you usually want a quarterback contain. And then the counter to that is if you're able to step up in the middle. We unnecessarily spin move there. So I don't know. So obviously we got an early lead. I'm not going to be too pressed to try and do anything to force the lead and just run up the score here. It's really just protect the ball, getting out of here with the win. Game 1, I don't need to be building up a lot of wear and tear on my players here. Oh, wow. Stiff arms are so crazy this year. Go back here. And this is, I talked about this too. I talked about this in a lot of my playbooks, but anytime you see this RPO alert out look, I'm not a fan. I think this is cover 3, so I'm probably going to be able to hit this to X. If I don't see that corner drop all the way back here, just highball it over that D end. Stiff arm. Yeah, anytime you don't see on these RPO alert outs and you have a speed out route, if there's no pressed corner or hard flat underneath shaded outside, that speed out route's going to beat it every single time. So make sure you guys add that in. Looks like he's running maybe cover 6 here. Hit him on the sideline. Come on, Reed. Make the right read. Yeah, cover 6. And I'm going to talk about this tomorrow in my video. I'm breaking down how to read man versus zone. And one way to do it through motion if you're not really sure how to do it. I just know because of cover 6 is that you're going to have one corner pressed down and you're going to have another one kind of 5 yards back, like you're in a cover 2. So, all right, 3rd and 8. Let's see, what can we cook up here? I think we'll just run vert halfback under. Super solid play. Running back on the in route underneath the 2 little vertical wheel route type routes. I don't know, this connection is a little janky right now, so I'm actually kind of scared to throw this initial. Yeah, see, running back wide open there. I'm initially scared to throw because I don't want the connection to pause and then I throw an interception or pick 6, but got a bunch of good stuff planned for the channel, man. Like I said, beginner to baller series, it's kind of just like gameplay tips. I just wanted to put our own spin on it for like a series, and then continue to do playbook breakdowns. And then also the other series I'm doing is this Dynasty Builder. So I'm going to have 3 teams. See if this little motion screen works. Boom. Nope. Surprised they maybe call interference or something. Kind of bumped into us there, but wide trail. Ran this earlier in the game. The trail route's so good in this game. If you guys haven't run this, it's actually really good from bunch wide, or bunch strong wide. Even the bunch wide looks. It's actually just good, period. But he actually dropped an interception there too. If he's blitzing here, we may have an opportunity to hit RB. Let me stem him down just to get outside, just in case. Yep. And catch animations are just so tough in this year's game. But I highballed it anyway just to make sure his user couldn't undercut it. That's probably one of the best passing tips. A lot of people throw interceptions because they're not highballing it. And, let's see here. Okay, everything should get picked up. Decent yards. Okay, his guy got hurt. Let me see. Did I change my subs here? Grind it out. Let's keep you fresh. Yeah, I don't need my star running back getting hurt early or compounding the wear and tear. I'm not sure how that's going to compound over the series of the season. Boom. Good job. Good read. All right, so Weezer's going pretty well. Definitely was nervous. So this guy here, Migo, good dude. Last year, me and him only played once, and he actually ended up beating me. So it's kind of like a revenge game for me here. But yeah, I'm gonna bounce around some different playbooks on offense throughout this season. The other 2 leagues I'm in, they're gonna be strictly one playbook for the entirety of the season. So that one I won't be hopping around quite as much. So I might run Bowling Green in one of those just to build consistency and continue you guys to throw the content out, just show you how to master these formations, why you should be running them, the looks you want to do. Nope. And this is one thing you guys got to be careful at here. If you notice in the game, earlier in my settings here, it's supposed to be unbalanced. If you notice that at times what happens is the AI will change your game. Not change your game, I'm sorry. But they will change your settings. Cut back. Good job. They'll change your settings so guys actually will end up being cross-zoned and it'll be easy to get beat for one play touchdown. And of course, nobody wants that. So I just decided to burn a timeout. Make sure nothing crazy happened. And then one thing about run defense there, I'm always a big advocate for pinching my line and crashing him down. And then I know he likes to run the Steelers, so I'm going to contain. But if you see they're running, the main way to do that is, oh boy, got caught on my lineman. Is if they're not running a inside zone or anything right up the middle, what you're going to do is you're going to strafe around that 5 yard mark, and you're just going to go left or right, trying to beat them to the sideline, cut off those angles. And usually, what's going to happen is if you get the pursuit outside, you're going to get them to cut back into the lineman, like you saw that possession before or the play before. Oh, fumble, and that's exactly why I have my stuff where aggressively on the quarterback. We're not going to let Sellers beat us. He's going to have to beat us with other people. I haven't even really got a chance to blitz that much this game, to be honest. Let's see, cover 2 here. Let's throw a little blitz here, see if he has anything for it. Oh, good read. 3rd and 5. Thing about blitzing, I don't want to actually just give him anything free. Oh. Well, all right. He is definitely going to run the jet sweep here. Okay, well, I'm going to show you guys how to defend that here if he goes back to it. I like coming out in cover 4 quarters just because you can't pass out of the F-twins over. How do I want to defend this here? You know what? We're just going to call cover 2 again. Make him kind of beat it. Good job. Good D. 4th and 5. I'm going to assume. Yeah. All right. I'm going to sit here and see if I can create a little bit of pressure here. Oh my god, and then I actually didn't get the play set up in time there, but you know what? I'm gonna run another blitz again, just see. That's mine. Oh, slide. And again, it looks like they're gonna change my settings here. I bet if it's back to speed, it is. That's super annoying that you have to change this and waste timeouts. But again, for the purpose of the video, I don't want to be giving up touchdowns and stuff. Oh, that's 2 picks we've dropped. I need to start containing. I haven't actually contained him actually in a while here, so I'm getting out of the pocket. F-twins over. Oh, he actually ran the fake pass. That's actually really smart of him. But again, we held him to 4th and 6. See if he takes his field goal here. 42-yarder. I am gonna play back just in case. Yeah, field goals are tough this year, especially on the road. Let me see if I can do anything. Just get some points here before the half, and then really just gonna kind of coast here the second half. There's no point in. Okay. Good blocking, boys. Good blocking. Who got hurt? My lineman? Ay. Looks like he's going to cover 4. See if we can hit A here in this little gap. Good. Sub, no point in risking getting hurt. But yeah, so we're just going to take our time here, kind of milk the clock. Assume we don't score here. I didn't put shoot clock on, but who's unblocked here in this thing while he's moving people around? Safety. Good defense. See if I can get this play off real quick. We're going to run the speed option here to see if we can throw him off. Really just going to try and look, see where. So just even reading this guy here. If we can. Oh, good deep option D there. All right. Well, take your points. Like I said, just being smart. Outside of that, we played a pretty flawless first half, so nothing to be quite upset about here. But yeah, leave me a comment in the chat, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Bowling Green. What playbooks you guys want to see. Definitely, we got a Rice playbook breakdown ready for this week. I believe I'm going to drop it on Tuesday or Wednesday. I put it on the channel in our post. Got some good things planned here. So we've had crazy support. Only been doing this for just over 3 months now. It was just 3 months a couple days ago, and just the amount of people that have subbed in, tuned in, comment on the playbook breakdowns. Let me know what you guys want to see, man. It's been great. It's really helping the channel grow. It's giving me the confidence to put more stuff out in the community for you guys. And we're gonna continue to get better, man. Continue to keep dropping the best stuff for you guys all season long, and then in the future games. So let me see here. Make sure no crazy. But yeah, everything that you guys are doing, man. Subs, follows, comments, likes. Even if there's stuff that you guys aren't gonna like, I understand. Not everything's gonna hit home. But like I said, let me know. Like I said, everything that y'all do is what helps the channel grow and helps everybody here grow. So someone's got to tell me to contain. I keep forgetting to contain. Let's see here. Go back. I don't know who I switched on. Good run D regardless, but I know someone who's asked me why did I choose A&M. So we did a draft lottery system for the teams, and I think I ended up with I don't know if it was 9th or 11th pick, and hadn't played with A&M before. But I really like the I just really like some of the youth and the depth at quarterback, receiver, corners, linebackers. They're a pretty young overall team, and they got speed. So for me, it was kind of a no-brainer. But I forgot we had. I'm trying to think who else was available for us late. Georgia was available to late. I just there we go, fumble. Oh my God, he got it back. But yeah, A&M just they had a lot of good young talent. Um, I like the quarterback, even though he misses some throws. I'm not, even though he's a speed guy, I'm not a big quarterback runner. Never been my thing. But good job. The other thing too, if you guys haven't noticed this, well, I'm running 6-1, so obviously it's a lot of pressure. But the one thing is, if you guys send blitzes off the tight end side, that for whatever reason in the game, coding and mechanics, blitzes off the tight end side seem to get home a lot easier than blitzes off the weak side that maybe the running back's there. Not quite sure why that is. I mean, it could still work, but I just found there's more consistency um, that way because it looks like the tight ends. Um, oh shit, I'm on offense. Um, the tight ends. Hmm, tight ends. Sorry, if tight ends end up actually doing a lot of like bumping and stuff with um, the D ends. So so safety. Terrible blocking, guys. Uh, oh my god, what animation is that? We actually probably should have had it first in a way. But yeah, let me know what do you guys think is the best playbook you guys have been running on offense, defense. We'll end up dropping defensive tips on the channel too. Um, really just to try to getting putting playbooks out there initially, and then work on these game tips. Trying to put a bunch of different series out there to make sure I'm kind of fueling everybody. Right? Is not everybody plays Road to College Football Playoff. Not everybody plays um, the My Player version of the game. Not everybody does Dynasty, but everything that we're trying to put on the channel is applicable across all game modes that you guys want to play. So, gun, why off trips? Why do I feel like this is an RPO? I don't know. I'm curious to see what Sellers wear and tears because I don't know how much available he's going to be for Migo here for the rest of the season. Of course, trying to get back to that guy. Getting stuck on the lineman. Good read. I love Zig. Let's see. I feel like the Tampa 2's actually been giving him some problems here. Yep. Sellers just sold him on that ball. I was going to put 2 clock on here. And then this will actually kind of give us time to kind of break down the recruiting aspect for A&M that I worked on. I would have done it before the game, but let's see if we can get some kind of successful run here. I feel like he knows I'm just going to run the ball, but and that'll take us into the 4th. Yeah, so pistol trips was a super good run formation last year. Still is. You got the zone weak in the stretch. I talk about this in the playbook breakdown, but what makes them so good is kind of like that, where I flip the play and I don't give it away. So I run it over to the strong side of the formation. And what it does is it allows the cutback lanes to be very easy to navigate and cut back up the middle, because when people see that stretch, a lot of people try to pursue outside. Kind of telling you how I was trying to tell you guys to run the run defense when I was playing 4-3-6-1, straight to the outside on the stretch runs. Here, pick your hole. Couldn't get there in time. But good client. Way to run over there with his user. Most people, if they don't click on that, it's just going to bounce and go out of bounds. So, not a bad showing from the defense so far. The offense is, we haven't had to do too much, thankfully. Really came out with a pretty strong performance to start. Trying to give this cover 2 look. Oh wow, we fumbled. I think it's like the 3rd fumble that we haven't gotten after we've created it. Wild. I think I'm going to keep blitzing a guy off the edge here just to keep Sellers either pressured or. And that's why I blitzed him off the edge right there. He actually had the flat guy, RPO rebuy flat. That flat guy running behind the line of scrimmage there, it's usually a super tough thing to defend. And I probably either blitzed the guy that was supposed to be covering him. Freak. Good play. Try to switch stick to take away that crosser. Burned me. And of course I didn't contain either. I think all those big plays with Sellers getting out of the pocket I just haven't contained. Oh. .309 left. Really not, like I said, you're just going to continue to run the ball here. Run a bubble. Just see what he's going to do. I don't know what happened there. Spread. Dude. Love the blocking there, guys. So we're just going to keep running, just take the clock down here. No point in risking anything. Oh, wow. I actually almost house called that. But yeah, I'm really debating here between rolling Bowling Green and Maryland was the other favorite one that I put playbook out in the on the channel, and I actually got a video planned for next week sometime. Is what we're gonna do is I'm gonna rank the 14 or 15 playbooks after I drop Rice. We'll drop 15 my rankings of those 15 playbooks, and it's all subjective. Like I said, if you're a good player or you can just scheme, any playbook can be good. So it's really about just mastering one formation and then figuring out other complementary sets. But the reason why I like Maryland and Bowling Green so much is they have anywhere from 5 to 6 really formations you can scheme out of where you can run and pass and off. So always good to have options, have variety. There we go. One time we contain them. Oh wow, that's just bad. EA's definitely got some things to fix. Overall, I like the game, but definitely, like I said, a lot of drops, offense and defense for the most part. Can't take away this tight end. Yeah. Okay. Take this knee here. GG's Tamigo. I know he'll bounce back. That was just a tough first game. I don't know if he's actually played any games outside of the league. So, but yeah. So stick around here for a second. What we'll do is I know it's a longer video, but we're gonna show the recruiting method here and just kind of show you my input, my philosophy as far as for Texas A&M. I didn't do it for this is week 0, so I didn't show the preseason for the board that I sent, but level up. That's nice. All right, recruiting. So when I start, I always go to the prospect list, right? And usually the first thing I do is I go here and I go to the interest tab and I'll press X to filter on it or square on PlayStation. And, obviously you see the star rating here of what the caliber of the player is. 4 stars and 5 stars for the most part. I usually try to grab them for my first, at least put them on the board. And then I will scout people and figure out, if they're hidden gems, I'll prioritize those to the top of my recruiting board. If they don't have, if they have a miss in the X, then I don't prioritize them as much. I'll still offer them, but yeah, A&M being a bigger school, I really wasn't worried about trying to recruit 3 stars. So, and after I filled out about like 15 guys, I'll always go to 5-star prospects. So I'm here in a 32-man league, right? But what I will do is there's only 32 5-star prospects, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just filter that to be sure. 32. It's like that every season. What I'll do, especially in a all user league, is I will see interest. I don't think I had anybody on here, but I like to see if there is the least amount of users on a specific prospects board. And in doing that, then I will try to pursue them because I feel like I can out recruit the computer. Doesn't always work, but it's really high percentage actually. It's a good way to steal higher end recruits, especially with mid tier schools or even lower tier trying to recruit maybe 4-star guys. Um, and you can get guys that don't have a lot of user teams on there. And then plus, not everybody knows how to recruit very well. So, of course, I used my coaching archetype as recruiter. I've always believed in just getting that. I always felt like as a player, I've been decent enough that I didn't need the player development from motivator or the tactician to gain XP during the game for the guys to play better. But it's all preference. Um, so, I didn't go after this right edge here that's number 8 only because I saw there was a bunch of users on here. And, I looked at a bunch of users. I'm 9th on the interest. And then I don't even have like a strong pipeline. So this is the pipeline column here. You see any of the ones that are blacked out, that means you don't have a strong pipeline here, which means you don't consistently get recruits from that area. Versus if you see here, Texas, obviously Texas A&M is in College Station, Texas. They have a 5-star pipeline in Texas. So if there's other schools with a lesser pipeline number going after the same recruit, I don't have to spend as many points to fight these smaller schools because I'm going to have that edge. Now, obviously, here I got OU, TCU, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State. Maybe with the exception of Oklahoma State, depending is, all those schools are going to have 5-star pipelines in Texas. So, so anyway, so I'm actually going to go to my recruiting board here now, and I'm going to show you guys here is right now the max I can do is 50. And the reason why I put 50 is these are 5-star guys. I moved up to first and to second. I didn't put points on this guy. LSU will probably get the jump on me. But the reason why was because I have a higher pipeline than him. And so I just felt like if we get into the top 5 and I get leverage on these guys further to committing to me, or I can increase my gap. What most users will do in a league is if they see they can't get a guy, they usually fall off. And when they fall off and leave the recruit alone, then that allows the person in first to apply less points on that guy because they're probably going to outright win him. And they'll take those extra points that they took off and apply it to another guy that they're trying to fight to get. So that's why I didn't go after him. Kind of the same thing with this guy. I mean, there's four people that offered. But again, I also didn't have as strong a pipeline in Louisiana, so for me it didn't make sense. Here, again, good example, 5-star guy. I'm first on his list. I have a smaller pipeline tier, but I'm the only guy that's offered this guy a scholarship. So I feel like this week, at the very least, I can get away with getting a bigger cushion on getting this recruit by putting less points on him. So could also put more points on him and further the gap, but that's not the way I chose to do it here. Again, left edge, this is the number 3 recruit in the nation. I chose him, even though I have no pipeline tier compared to Ohio State, Michigan, is I really like speed rushers at my outside linebackers. My DNs, as you see, I like 6'1", so I prefer speed. And so I'm going to hope that in my schedule I can get an early enough visit that it is a big impact to try and bring this guy here. So then the other thing here, let me see here. I think it's on prospect list. So if you guys look at the top banner here for team needs, it tells you all the positions that you need and that you're going after. So obviously I've met everything but fullback. I really don't recruit fullbacks. If I get a slower running back that's big or stronger, I'll position swap him to fullback. But I don't run like a lot of I form or goal line or anything like that. So, but yeah, you see this. A lot of these guys here are 5-star recruits. They're from Texas or Texas. I don't know if I have another 5-star pipeline besides Texas actually. But we got 35 guys on the board. I didn't put points on everybody. this 5-star defensive tackle. Only one person offered him. I offered him week 0, just trying to see if I can make his board. But it doesn't make sense if you're not in a guy's top 9, especially early in the season, to go spend points. When you could put those points and resource them into a guy that you're first or second or third or something that you really, really want. So just my thought process, right? Because at that point, then you're wasting 50 points a week on a guy that you're not in the top 9. And then guess what? Maybe by week 3, 4, he's got his top 5, and you're not in it. You haven't cracked it. So you can probably get away with that more in like an offline dynasty by yourself. But yeah, so again, this is just kind of the way that you see. A lot of the guys I put points in, I'm first on their list. I feel like that's a good way for me to sign recruits, get a solid recruiting class, and then I can maybe chase some other guys that I probably didn't have a shot at, or that are still lingering with a chance to get. So that's really just kind of how I was approaching my recruiting board. Very rarely do I look at him like, oh man, I just need quarterbacks. But that's also knowing your roster ahead of time, right? So this is the reason why, again, I picked A&M. Go to my view roster here. And quarterback, for example, right? Marcel Reed is a sophomore. Now, he very well could go to the draft after this year, but I got 3 other quarterbacks here, and 2 of them are true freshmen, and they're redshirting. Again, I'm not saying they're great. They're not Marcel Reed, but I wasn't solely focused on going to get a quarterback. If there's a super high interest one in me, for sure I'll look at it. Or if 3 of these guys were seniors and this guy's the only quarterback I got, and that's just an example for quarterback. That could be for any position. Running backs, none of my running backs are super fast, but they're all upperclassmen. Receivers, that's one thing too, is receivers are pretty solid right here. I'm not a person that I don't believe in I need a lot of speed of receivers, so that's just, again, that's preference on how I play. Love tight ends. Tight ends in the passing game, super crucial. I don't know if you're going to get a 86 speed, 98 excel, 6'4", 240 tight end. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, and then the other reason too, right, is some people really love super fast wide receivers. The speed at corners I have. Now, this guy's a superstar senior. I think he might have gotten us a pick there. But because of his abilities, I'm fine, and his overall being out there. What you see is all these 4 guys here, and then even this guy here, 93. I got fast corners. I can run with a lot of receivers, especially since there's not going to be 99 speed receivers in this class, or in this game like that, so unless they get developed. But here's an example of something I did that I think is super crucial. I'm going to drop a video on this as far as redshirting players, knowing who to redshirt, why. Is if you look, right, my top 5 corners, 2 seniors, 3 juniors, all of them could leave to the draft. And I still got some good quality guys down here that are younger. But this junior, I didn't see him. His deal breaker is brand exposure. So A&M has good brand exposure, so I'm not worried about losing him. But I redshirted him so that way he'll still be a junior next year. And now, let's say he's an 81. Let's say he bumps to 84, 85. I have the potential of getting this guy maybe to a high 80 if he stays for his 5th season. So, especially when you got a lot of depth, it doesn't make sense to have all these guys unredshirted. So, but yeah, so I don't know how you guys feel about the breakdown. Like I said, this is the first one that we kind of did on a Dynasty breakdown, touching on the recruiting. Obviously, you guys saw the gameplay. We're going to work on getting a better camera here so we're not at this angle here. But, yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys aren't subbed to the channel, man, sub up. Don't miss an upload all year. We're doing playbooks. I'm going to do deep dives, which is I dive into specific formations and how to really scheme out of those, how to make it super efficient on offense, easy to read. We're doing our basic gameplay tips, beginner to baller series, and then I'm going to have you guys follow me here on these Dynasty builds with A&M. I have another league where I got Penn State, and then a complete rebuild league with South Alabama. So I'm gonna talk through all these, kind of show you guys the process of it, and yeah, man, just trying to put out the best content for you guys and touch on the things that you guys want to see. So I'm Louisianimal. Appreciate you guys coming by. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.